right, thank you, Mr. Pope. David Lillard, Tennessee State Treasurer presiding. This is the meeting of the State Board of Equalization on April 17, 2023. I appreciate each of you attending today. Mr. Pope, would you call the roll?
Yes. Alphabetically, Ms. Burchett.
Here.
Commissioner Jaragano.
Here.
Secretary Hargett. Ms. Erin Merrick. I don't know she's absent. Comptroller Mumpower.
Here.
Vice Treasurer Willard.
Here.
Mr. Vice Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you. All right, we'll review the minutes from October 17, 2022. Are there any changes to the minutes or other comments? Not as a motion to adopt is in order.
Motion. Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, let's see, I guess we can just have a voice vote since we got all members present here.
Correct.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it and the minutes are adopted. Next item is item 3 on the agenda, the review and approval of assessment designations. Brian Kinsey, Director of the Division of Property Assessments, will present.
Good afternoon. Division of Property Assessments brings forth John Carter Ruth from Davidson County for a Tennessee Certified Assessor, LaToya Terry from Davidson County for Tennessee Master Assessor, Barry Kofer from Roane County for Tennessee Master Assessor, Gary James from the Division of Property Assessments for Tennessee Master Assessor, Andrew Hickman from the Division of Property Assessments for Tennessee Master Assessor, and Scott Morgan from the Division of Property Assessments for a Tennessee Master Assessor certification.
Okay, are any of the candidates present today at the meeting? I don't see any.
No, sir, I do not believe any are
Okay, all right. Do we have any questions from any members? If not, do we have a motion to adopt?
Motion.
All right, we have a motion. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Jaragano. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the item is adopted. Congratulations to those designees. Next item is item 4, review and approval of reappraisal plans and programs. This item also will be presented by Mr. Kinsey, Director of the Division of Property Assessments.
Yes, so 18 counties completed their reappraisal cycles for 2023. All 18 counties have submitted their reappraisal plans to select their next cycle. They are a mixture of 4, 5, and 6-year cycles. All 18 county plans have been reviewed for accuracy and completion and all the necessary components. So the Division of Property Assessments presents these for your consideration today.
Okay. Heard the presentation. Is there any questions or comments from members of the board? Let the record reflect Ms. Erin Merrick is with us here now. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, motion to adopt is in order.
Motion.
A motion, is there a second?
Second.
Or with a second? Seeing no questions or further consideration, all those members in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and item 4 is adopted. Item 5 is review and approval of the report of the personal property compliance. This item also will be presented by Brian Kinsey, Director of the Division of Property Assessments of the Comptroller's Office.
So whereas only 18 counties had reappraisal plans, all 95 counties must submit tangible personal property audit plans annually. And I am pleased to announce that all 95 counties have complied and provided their tangible personal property audit plans for 2023. They've been reviewed by our personal property staff and everything is in order. So we're presenting those for your consideration as well today.
All right, any questions by members of the board to Mr. Kinsey or any comments on the matter before us? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve the report of real property compliance, personal property compliance, personal property compliance? Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Jaragano and second by the Comptroller. Seeing no further discussion, all those members in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. Item is approved. Next item is item number 6, review and approval of the 2022 tax aggregate report, which had been previously distributed electronically by Mr. Pope in his office. Mr. Pope, would you like a presentation on this? And Mr. Kinsey?
Yes, thank you. This report is one of the responsibilities of the Executive Secretary, but actually is compiled by the Division of Property Assessments. And so we have Mr. Kinsey here to also answer any questions. This report is an annual summary of information for all assessments across the entire state of Tennessee, and is required for board approval pursuant to Tennessee Code Annotated 4-3-5105.
Okay, Mr. Kinsey, do you have anything to add?
I do not.
Okay. Are there any questions of Mr. Pope or Mr. Kinsey regarding the 2022 tax aggregate report? Seeing none, the chair moves approval of the report as tendered. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second by the comptroller. Seeing no further discussion, all those members in favor of the report say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. Item number 6 is adopted. Next item is item 7, review and approval of resolution certifying the 2023 appraisal ratios and review of current value updates. This is pages 36 through 40 in your materials. This item will be presented by Brian Kinsey, Director of the Division of Property Assessments of the Comptroller's Office.
Okay, y'all are no strangers to the appraisal ratio studies. We're required by law to do these at least every other year. We conducted appraisal ratio studies for 38 counties for 2023. We also conducted current value update studies for 3 counties for 2023. Current value update is essentially a ratio study that's performed in the 3rd year of a 6-year cycle. And if assessments are below 90%, there's a couple of other triggers in the law, but the primary one, if the overall level of assessment is below 90%, these counties would require updating to current values. 3 counties, Grundy, Houston, and Tipton, had ratios of respectively 0.5965, 0.6038, and 0.7026. All of those were well below the 90% threshold, so all 3 counties will require updating. We provided the factors. By law, the factors must be approved by the State Board of Equalization, and we've provided the factors here that it's going to require to get Grundy, Houston, and Tipton. These are update factors that would be applied in the computer-assisted mass appraisal CAMA system that would get these values up to market value, current value. In addition to those 3, the 38 counties that are on this report with a map, they're kind of pink shaded. Those are the 38 ratio counties that we present to you for consideration this afternoon.
Okay. Mr. Kinsey, your office intends to continue working with those 3 counties you mentioned correctly.
The current value update counties, yes. If the state board approves these update factors, I mean, we have been in communication with these counties already, and the comptroller's office itself will be the ones applying these factors in the computer system.
Okay.
They are all on the state comptroller's impact system. So yes, we would be communicating with them as well as assisting them in conducting those updates, communicating that information to their public and so forth.
Are there any questions or comments or discussion by members of the board in regard to the report? Questions, Mr. Kinsey? All right, seeing none, is there a motion to approve the report?
Motion on the item. Second.
All right. Okay, we have a motion, a second. Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The item is approved. The resolution certifying the 2023 appraisal ratios and review of current updates. All right, the next item is item number 8 on our agenda, the review petition for review. This matter has been separately sent to members of the board by Mr. Pope, and I'll let Mr. Pope introduce it for you here.
Yes, this is a petition filed on behalf of Mr. Charles, I believe it's Beekus is how you pronounce it, the taxpayer in the appeal. This is a petition for review of the final decision and order issued by the Assessment Appeals Commission. Under the review procedures for the board has several options here. The board may decline to exercise review some, but not all the issues involved in the appeal, delegate review to 1 or more persons, or delegate review subject to final review by the board. The board may, but is not required to, afford each party an opportunity to present oral argument. The board has no established procedures or rules or resolutions on this specific point, so may be determined on a case-by-case basis. Preliminarily, the board must first determine if you want to exercise review or not exercise review. If the board determines to not decline to exercise review, it's equivalent of a sort of no comment statement on the decision by the commission, and it would otherwise allow the parties 60 days to perfect an appeal to Chancery Court, should they wish to do so.
Okay, discussion by members of the board of this item on the agenda. Preliminarily, I'll just note, I've reviewed the petition and the related documents and all that, and just personally, from my standpoint, I think we should probably decline to review the decision of the Assessment Appeals Commission, but maybe other members that feel differently. So you want to have any discussion on that point? Okay, seeing none, I make a motion that we decline to review the decision of the Assessment Appeals Commission in this case.
Second.
All right, second. All right, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and that motion is adopted. Mr. Pope, is there other business to come before the board today?
No other business today.
There is no other business. The chair will move, we adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Giordano. All those in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. We are adjourned. Thank you for your service to the board and to the state of Tennessee.